It's Wednesday, and you know what that means. Tell them, Canada Dry.
It's time for D-A-D. It's your dynamite after dark, baby.
Woo! I feel it getting dirty up in here. Let's go live. God,
that's pretty awesome.
Love the new intro.
I know, and you got like Graham's little baby up there. That's so cute.
That's an old picture of me.
that is an old picture of you. My God, what are you playing jumping around for, Canada Dry?
If it happens again, just leave us where we land.
Yeah, he's over here playing hopscotch.
It's all going to be like
3-car Monty with 4 cars.
It's going to throw me off my thing. Well, anyways, so I'm the JFB, James from Boston.
And I'm, of course, the patron saint of professional wrestling. I'm that gingered up, bubbly son of a bitch. I'm Canada Dry. And this is two-way TV, not one-way, two-way TV. Because people are going to call in during the show, possibly. We don't know who's going to show up, but we're going to get involved in the conversation.
Let's just hope it's someone cool. If you're lame, you're out of here.
Well, you know what I was thinking? If somebody comes in and mocks us, we'll just laugh at them. we'll mock them right back.
We can't disagree with what you're saying, sir, but you're being a jerk. Anyways, we are the four, if you will. And in order to be the four, you have to have four. And that means we are joined by he who remains.
Yeah.
Trey Style, say hello.
Yeah, I just feel like if I was to say that I was immortus, if I was some sort of immortal creature, then I feel like that just seems cocky. So I'll just say I'm just he who remains. Like when all the dust settles, when all the titles have changed hands, I'm he who remains.
I thought you were saying that because ruthless revolution is disintegrating before our eyes.
It's just falling apart at the seams.
No comment at all.
Just like it was so weird because I was like, when you got a faction that literally stands for the drizzling shits, it's kind of like I don't know if you really should be talking.
I don't know. You got three guys from the Saints here, man. We're gonna jump over there and.
I don't know. Well, you got to get your visa renewed, right?
Man, we're giving you some inside baseball, ladies and gentlemen, for those who are watching. So our fourth horseman, my God, to me, he'll always be the guy with the sexiest hair in podcast history. It's the GM Joe. Golden Graham, say hey.
What's going on, guys? I was going to say something nice about Trey J till he decided to start talking smack on TDS. I was going to say,
if you're a part of TDS, you're just so above that to me.
But what I was going to say is like the name "He Who Remained" fits because you're basically inevitable.
I am. That's so nice of you. Thank you. You're my favorite. You're my favorite out of all the TDS guys. You are actually a saint.
Yeah, I'll give him that. He's way more of a saint than I am.
And I promise, like the last time you all saw me on a review show, I was kind of angry, and I promise, different me tonight. I promise, okay?
Okay. Y'all know the real reason that JFB shaves his hair, right? It's because he don't want to take the follicle test anymore.
They can't take it. They can't
take it if it ain't there.
That's all I'm saying. If I got to shave everything, Boom.
That boy's like a swim. Like if he take off that all effing wrestling shirt, he's a swimmer under there.
It looks like I look like Zaz from Gotham.
Hey,
Fall everywhere. Noob is here. What's up, Noob? We got Mr. Isaacs.
Good evening, gentlemen.
I like that guy too.
He does like Mr. Isaacs, that's for sure. So
He's Isaacs.
you cannot. There's nothing you can say bad about that guy. He could run over. He could run over a curb and crash into a bus full of nuns, and they bust.
He got a little pissed off with Harry.
That's true. Yeah, he did get his face kicked off with Harry. So.
Because Harry made a comment on Collision After Dark. And so he's pronouncing Schiavone's name wrong. Stop saying Schiavone. He's like, you're calling it Schiavone. That's a joke.
Oh, man. Inside baseball all the time. So we don't start with a match, actually. I don't know if this was how it was going to dictate for the rest of the night, but they open up with the night's rundown, which is fine. That's great. And then Excalibur's like, well, the opening match is Orange Cassidy, and let's go to the ring. No, wait, we're going to go to a video first. And it was just like, it made no sense. The video package was Darby Allin talking about hanging out and living with AR Fox. AR Fox opening up his doors to Darby so Darby can, learn from AR Fox. Whew, man. Then we get into our first match. It is Orange Cassidy. It is AR Fox, which Mr. Isaacs was here so he can do the AR Fox porn line. But here's some of my notes.
Well, he could call in. He could call in if you want to call in. Jeremy to do the voice.
Oh, please do. Yeah, seriously, because that would make my night. All right, so here's some of my notes. The Orange Cassidy is the hardest working man in wrestling. I mean, he defends that belt pretty much every chance he gets. He wants to defend that belt. The match started very slow. It was very methodical. It was one of those things that was going to build up. It was either going to just stay flat and it was going to be a horrible match, or they were going to step it up, which they did. Orange Cassidy tried to make it mat based, tried to make it scientific. AR Fox started getting off some of his spots, and yeah, I mean, Fox has some great strength. I mean, there were a lot of great reversals, a lot of great moves. And then Fox, after the match, he puts the sunglasses on AR Fox. AR Fox crushes them, throws it, and sucker punches Orange Cassidy. Oh, good God. Darby comes out for the confrontation. Somehow this is going to play into the match between Swerve and Darby. And then Moxley comes out for, I guess he's the next guy that's going against Orange Cassidy. Like, is this the storyline they want to tell? So, Kendra, you go first.
Yeah, this is a great match. And lots of back and forth, lots of flips. I love the fact that AR Fox is getting to do something personality-wise.
Yeah.
Because he had nothing.
Yeah.
So this story is really helping to build him as a character.
Yeah.
So I'm excited about that. Yeah. And you got to wonder, how big is Orange Cassidy's sunglasses bill with AEW? Like, they've ruined a few sunglasses now.
Oh, yeah. They go to Sunglasses or Us, and that's where they pick up the work sunglasses. So we got nothing to worry about. They buy it in bulk. Trey J. Styles, lay it on me, brother.
I like how this was honestly a soft reset for the international championship.
Yes.
Because now we're starting to hit like almost a new tier of opponents for them. This match was solid. I mean, there weren't very many flaws in it. It was definitely a match of styles, and I think sometimes it looks like AR Fox still has like the jitters of being on the big time.
Yeah.
Because sometimes his timing is just not there, and then he doesn't face the hard camera. He's still kind of working on those aspects, but for the most part, I mean, Orange Cassidy can work with anybody. He knows when to slow the match pace down. He knows when to speed it up. He knows when to do the mind trick things. Like the fake kip up was probably my favorite spot in this whole match.
Yeah.
But I think that Cassidy versus Moxley, whenever that does happen, and I hope they tease it out for a good little while, I think that's going to be amazing.
Yeah, absolutely. Golden Grand.
Show that comment by Kush.
Yeah, I mean, Kush chimed in and said, listen, Cassidy is to the International Championship or Gunther is to the Intercontinental Championship, but better because he keeps wrestling week in and week out. I mean, he put prestige on that belt.
Yeah,
he passed you with that comment.
Didn't he pass Jade today by beating AR Fox?
Yep.
I think he officially passed Jade's number of defenses.
27 defenses.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the guy
in like half the time.
Yeah.
A quarter of the time.
It still works. It counts.
Yeah, still works. So, Golden Graham, your thoughts really quickly.
Oh, this is a great match. Like, shocker. Orange Cassidy has a great match with somebody. Stop the presses.
Yeah.
I mean, I think my favorite thing coming out of this is AR Fox actually has a character now. He's not just, I'm some random third for a trios match, which is a good thing.
Yeah.
So, well, I'll have more to say about it later, obviously, in the show. So.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, overall, I thought it was pretty decent. The Moxley bit didn't work.
Oh, that's what I want to say. I don't know if Moxley's going for the international championship. I think it just has more to do the fact with that he's affiliated with Best Friends and they're in a match and everyone's just getting into Blackpool Combat Club's business. So they're like, we're done with this. So
they really doubled down hard on like them going in another direction after Blood and Guts. It's kind of hard to have a follow-up match with the Elite after Blood and Guts.
Yeah, absolutely.
So they have a different direction.
Yeah, absolutely. Speaking of Blood and Guts, we get a Blood and Guts video recap. Woo! Man, they did not show the best stuff. They showed the violent stuff, but they didn't show some of the best stuff. So we go in the back with Renee. She's with Chris Jericho and Don Callis. Here's a couple of my notes because this Callis says that we have to give it to the people. Like we, the people, deserve, to have this become a thing, which I thought he asked him to tag with Takeshita, and then he said, hey, by the way, your opponent is going to be Guevara and Garcia, which kind of throws a little monkey wrench, but Jericho says he's on board, although he did it hesitantly. And then the painting. Let's talk about the painting. The last time I saw something that looked like that was on the side of a 1970s van that had like the couch in it that folds out into a bed. Airbrush. Yeah. So, Trey J, you go first.
I like the fact that we don't know exactly what this is. Yeah. We don't know what the direction is. We don't know what the end game is. Is it one of those things that, Jericho has been really good at putting people over lately? And so this could be something that just sets up so Takeshita gets a signature win. Exactly. This could be something that, you want to leave Jericho open. Maybe you want to give Jericho that final face run before he decides to hang it up. I mean, this could go in so many different directions, and I don't see a bad one, though. There's not a bad direction this can go. So, it's good to have something that makes you want to tune in more and more.
Yeah. I like Jericho as a heel that pretends to be a face. Rather than face Jericho, who might be foolish, you know. So let's talk to Golden Graham. Your turn. Your thoughts on this promo?
So it was a good promo, but this painting, it's the best painting I've seen since the Festival of Friendship, where they recreated the Sistine Chapel with KO and Jericho.
Oh man!
But yes, I'm extremely interested to see how this goes. I imagine this has to lead to a sometime down the line a Takeshita face turn, because like the man, he's too over. He's too like, even for not speaking a lot, he's very charismatic in the ring for him to sit here and stay as a heel.
Yeah, I agree. It's weird seeing Takeshita in a heel role. Just is weird. It just doesn't feel right because I've only seen him as a face. Canada Dry, your thoughts on the Jericho Don Callis promo?
I'm going to go on a limb here and make a prediction.
Okay.
I think that Chris Jericho is going to keep the Jericho Appreciation Society alive, and someone from the JS is going to turn on him and join the family.
Okay.
So I'm just going to go down next week. That kind of leads us down that road.
Yeah.
Who do you think is going to be?
Guevara, maybe?
I mean, that would be the logical choice.
Yeah, Garcia would be a good choice too.
Yeah, absolutely. I want to see Garcia just get a run. That's all, just a run, like a really small one.
I think Hager would be a good choice. I mean, you got Takeshita that already has a mouthpiece, then you give him a heavy, and Hager's already given the hat back. We had the whole "We the People" comment. I mean, it wouldn't. There are worse directions to go.
I wouldn't hate that as long as they gave Hager a little bit of spotlight.
Yeah.
You know, I was thinking that, or I know we were talking about this earlier, Canada Dry, and I don't want it to happen, but maybe Proud and Powerful come back and help Jericho and the family out.
Oh,
somehow.
Please keep them out of it.
I know. I agree too. I want them far away as possible from Jericho.
Yeah.
I mean, Pride and Powerful they don't need Jericho.
I agree. 100% they don't need him.
They just don't. There's just nothing logical about them being in a faction.
Well, yeah, plus they're not part of the JS, never were. So it doesn't make sense for them to be part of this angle.
Yeah, we'll see. We see Hook on a subway platform. A subway goes by. His championship disappears. Another subway train goes by. He disappears. It just says Hook. Yeah. Anyways, so backstage with Wheels, Claudio, and Mox talk about no one messing with the Blackpool Combat Club. Whew. Man, do we want to talk about that?
I just have one thing to add to this.
Yeah.
They touched on the Pac thing, but I want to know why they didn't touch on Takeshita and Don Callis walking out either.
That's actually a really good point. That didn't make sense.
Nope.
No. What are you going to do?
What are you going to do?
What are you going to do?
Just point out plot holes and then keep watching the show.
Yeah.
They should have had that asshole Don Callis.
If I ever see him live, stab. Oh, man. Anyways, Schiavone. Tony Schiavone is in the ring, and out comes Jack Perry. I hate his music. His entrance music, I hate it with a passion.
Maybe that's the point.
No. This is no. I hate this so much. I can't even describe the amount of suckitude that this song as it fits to his character is. No. Anyways, I digress. I do like the shirt though, and it says "I beat Hook." I like it. That's Rick Rudish. I mean, that's harking back to
Dallas really wants this shirt.
Oh,
He's going to alter that shirt now.
oh man, Dally. Whew, we can get into that all day long. Anyways, he's getting better at his promos. I'll give him that. That promo was just dirt awful. I mean, it was far better than the last few promos he's given, both as a face and a heel. But and then Jerry, why does Jerry Lynn come out? Like that doesn't make any sense whatsoever. This man can't take a bump. He's got neck. His freaking neck is fused. There's no way he's taking a bump. It made no sense to me whatsoever when Jerry.
Well, they got a match next week.
God. Anyway,
It was announced as a face-to-face, though.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. Tony Khan.
Who's going to come out to save Jay Lynn's ass?
It's got to be somebody because that man. I'm telling you, that man cannot take a bump or he'll die.
They're bringing Sabu back.
They're bringing Sabu.
Sabu can take a little bit.
Sabu could take a couple more hits before, his brain is butter. So, Golden Graham, your thoughts on this Jack Perry promo?
Well, first thing is I like that Jungle Boy is completely gone. They didn't mention it. They don't reference it. I mean, it was a fine promo by Jack Perry. Besides the fact that he's always looking over his shoulder out into the crowd, he needs to stop doing that.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's just like a heel 101 promo.
Yeah.
Fine.
Yeah. Noob thinks that it's not going to be Sabu or RVD. I mean, a lot of those guys cannot take bumps. Canada Dry, your thoughts on this promo?
I enjoyed it. I enjoy seeing heel Jack Perry. Yeah, I love how he's just dragging the belt along like it's not worth anything.
Yeah,
and then he's like, "I'm gonna make this worth something." Yeah. And really, that's what any champion does. He takes something that's irrelevant and makes it important. And I want to see if he can pull this off.
Real quick, I kind of thought he was going to pull a franchise, Shane Douglas, and just throw the title on the ground or rechristen it or something.
Yeah. I mean, like that, that's the thing. Like that belt was a belt of rebellion. Yeah. That's what that belt stood for. From ECW, is Taz decided, well, if I'm not going to get a world title shot, I'm making my own world title. And it was F the world. So, I mean, like that belt has a history and it really should be defended as such. But, oh, God, this thing was god awful. Trey J, your thoughts?
Well, I was really thinking about like how many former ECW wrestlers, how many people who were around during that time are still active wrestlers. And it's like there are four that come to mind. There's Rhino, Christopher Daniels.
Yep.
RVD, I think, is around. We said Sabu and Jericho. You got to remember, Jericho got his televised start in the States in ECW. So that could be a thing.
Well, there's one more.
And we know that. Who that?
Tommy Dreamer. He's still active.
Yeah, but Tommy Dreamer's so far under Impact contract, and Sammy Guevara's ruined that.
Yeah.
Tommy
Dreamer. I don't think AEW is going to bring him back just because of the thing he said on the Ric Flair Dark Side of the Ring. It's like, AEW got a long memory for bad things.
Yeah.
Yep.
You're not kidding. I mean, Mr. Isaacs thinks it's going to be Dreamer too. I don't know, man, because I've seen some of his latest wrestling video clips on YouTube. Brother does not have it. Like, he doesn't have it at all.
Dreamer also just lost his mom recently.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, so I mean, I don't know, and I feel bad. He's one of those things you feel bad because not because he's a wrestler, but because that's just being human. I mean, somebody loses their parent.
Yeah.
So Christopher Daniels was ECW?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Christopher Daniels was like in the tail end of ECW, like late 90s.
Yeah.
That would be bad for him to come in and try and save this guy's ass.
Yeah, it's like I would love to see the Amish Roadkill back. By the way, that would be great. Just goes around screaming chickens.
Wow.
That was his thing in ECW, though.
Yeah.
No, I know. I remember.
Yeah.
Vegas,
If he
Vegas.
did that, that would be cool. But I don't think he will. He'll be all in conviction and.
I don't think anybody can find him. Like I haven't seen that guy on the autograph circuit at all. So, I mean, who knows what he's doing or if he's even alive? But I mean, if anybody can find him, it'd be Tony Khan. I mean, he'll fly the black jet sonar and ping it, and like wear the helmet like Professor X does, and totally find everything. So, wow, we go through Britt with Renee hyping up her match with Taya. Let's go to Pac versus Gravity. I will say this, for someone who is as worldly as I am with my wrestling, I have never heard of Gravity. Like the concept of it, I understand. That's how we're able to stand and then not float around. But
that's why we got this match, isn't it? Because Gravity finally remembered Pac.
Yeah.
Yep.
Pac was the man that Gravity forgot, so
that's true.
He was here to remind you. But Gravity is Bandito's brother, and that's really like a big deal in a lot of the Lucha Libre circles.
Yeah,
the family connections.
Yeah, oh, absolutely. Mm-hmm. Noma has a resting, pissed off face like Pac. Like I don't think I've ever seen him smile ever. I mean, so Gravity's entrance, he's apparently a spaceman. I was wondering why he was doing the slow motion until I was like, okay, it's a spacesuit. So this guy from outer space. Well, let's just say he came crashing to Earth pretty freaking quick and quite often in this match. Pac was just basically in control from the second the bell rang, made Gravity look good enough, and then closed the show, brought it home. So, and then in the BCC, we're in the back scouting this match. So, I mean, it's obvious that the BCC are going to have multiple storylines going on, like a multiverse situation. I don't know. Anyways, Canada Dry, you go first. Your thoughts on the second match?
So is Benjamin Franklin the one who's credited with discovering gravity?
No.
Benjamin Franklin. That's Isaac Newton.
Yeah, Isaac Newton. Yes, I was hearing Newton in my brain, but I couldn't connect it. Yeah, Isaac Newton. So they bring in Isaac Newton to be Gravity's manager. I discovered this guy. I discovered him. He's going to the top. But yeah, I think this is a fun match. It was what it was. Yeah, it was a good match, and we had fun with it. And I think Gravity needs a little bit of work.
Yeah, he needs a whole hell of a lot of work. He who remains. Your turn.
I don't know. I think this was a great showcase for Pac. I think even at the post match when like Gravity was like terrified of him and putting his hands up, like I know the match is over, like all right, kind of bag it off. There's a lot of real estate put or a lot of value put into the bastard Pac.
Yeah,
I mean, this is a guy who was like, I think he tops out like 5'8". He's, sitting at maybe 180 pounds, but like, he is not the guy that you want to scrap with.
Yeah.
And they've done, and I think putting that's a solid investment with a guy like that. Like he wrestled incredibly well at Death Before Dishonor.
Yeah.
He did a heck of a job until he got pissed off at Blood and Guts. Like Pac is the real deal. Like Pac's been in there with everybody at this point. He's been in there with Kenny Omega. He's been in there with Moxley. He's a guy that has a lot of credibility.
Yeah.
And putting him in this match, I think it was, all puns and games for a bit, but this, Pop takes what he does very seriously.
Yeah.
And so, you're always going to get a good show out of him.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, absolutely. Golden Graham.
So, yeah, you're never going to get a dull match with Pac.
No.
I mean, honestly, part of me expected like Claudio to come out of that costume just from the way he was walking, because I know absolutely zero about gravity.
Yeah.
So like when he was walking weird, I was like, is this like Claudio trying to throw someone off, throw off the scent? I was wrong, obviously, but and this match honestly went a lot longer than I thought it was going to go.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. It was about 3 minutes too long.
Do you remember that Saturday night main event when they were hyping Ultimate Warrior versus the Ninja?
Oh, yeah. I remember
And
that.
they're like, but he's going to face the Ninja. It's just a squash match. That's what it should have been for Gravity. He just should have got his ass.
I agree. He should have just squish, squish, squish. I mean, oh, God. There's just, I don't know, whoever, that match was overproduced. Like, it legitimately was overproduced.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, especially from the guy who messed up a lot of people's brackets on Friday.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. He's, don't even want to say it. We get a video recap of the rise of the Better Than You, baby. And then we get Renee with MJF and Adam Cole talking about the tension between them. Cole says that, MJF, you're like one of my best friends. And I was like, because he said it really sincerely. And I was like, that sold it for me. I'm like, And Rodney comes out of nowhere, pushes MJF, gets in his face. Cole starts talking about boundaries with Roderick Strong.
And that was the brilliant part there.
Oh, yeah.
Flipping it from MJF, you need boundaries. All of a sudden, it's his buddy Strong that needs the boundaries.
Yeah.
That was incredible what they did there.
Yeah. I mean, it was a solid way to tie it into Friday night, is having those two guys and then Roderick Strong coming in, because now you got multiple ways you can go and you really can't make a wrong turn whichever direction you decide to go. So, I mean,
Roddy comes off as a scorned ex-lover in this.
Yeah. He looks like Sharon Stone or Glenn Close in Fatal Attraction. Like, that's how. Yeah, you're right.
MJ got a very solid promo here, an incredibly solid promo here, and I love how they make it like this was said last week.
Yeah,
I like that little touch. This is fresh after the match, and then there were things that were dropped in, and it really tied together FTR's promo that came later.
Yeah.
Because he's like, if he says something about my wife and my daughter, I'm gonna tear his head off. Like, okay, well, okay, I'm with you now. I'm like, that works. This was a solid hype for a match. It's tough to see if it needs hype, but it definitely needs story. And as Joe Graham pointed out yesterday, it's a match like this without acknowledging the different connections and ties between the different people involved, you're already messing up. So
yeah, absolutely. Golden Graham, your thoughts?
So yeah, like watching this, like just to see like the evolution of the friendship between MJF and Cole is just awesome, and it really has me second guessing like what my picks would be in this tag match on Saturday.
Yeah,
like because every bone in my body says FTR should win, but my heart is like, I want Adam Cole and MJF to win.
Yeah, because it'll make the turn even more sweet.
Yeah.
whether it's Cole or whether it's MJF. I mean, like Vince would have saw this as a problem. Which way do I want to go? And he would have flip flopped, and then he would have made a final decision with like 3 seconds left in the match.
That was neither one of the two initial decisions.
Right.
Yes.
Which makes absolutely no sense because he's a senile old bastard, is who he is, Senior McMahon. So, I mean, Tony Khan has the luxury of knowing that I can go this way and I can go that way. One's going to be a little bit longer, one's going to be a little bit shorter, but it's all going to have a great payout.
But I think he already knows what he's doing. He's not making it up as he's going along.
Oh no, he's. I'm sure he's had this plan, and even if he hasn't, I mean, maybe he does go week to week. I mean, minicamp starts for the Panthers. He's got a lot of stuff that he's got to deal with. This man, I think he sleeps about 2 hours a night, if I'm not mistaken.
That's outrageous.
Yeah, I mean. Yeah. So we get so we get a video recap of FTR, and then we get Renee backstage with FTR. FTR says they're excited, and but they feel bad for Cole, and they said General Ass Kisser.
Generational ass kisser.
Yeah, we are professional ass kickers. And the both of them cut like such a sweet promo. Canada Dry, tell us what your thoughts are.
Yeah, these guys can. MJF kind of nailed them a bit. you gotta peg them.
Yeah.
So he kind of put them on the spot that they had to really step up their promo game.
Yeah.
And not just do their same old shtick. And so the part about we were with him in the Pinnacle, we know what he's like.
Yeah.
That's a good build for this match because it's playing into the past with MJF.
Yeah, absolutely. Trey J, your thoughts?
You got to realize, this is the way that you do a quick build. This is the way that you do a speed build.
Yeah.
I think he's frozen.
Looks like it.
All right. Well, Trey J apparently went through the metaverse. I don't know where he is right now. He might show up on Collision After Dark. I don't know. We'll find out. Well, Graham, why'd you take a stab at it, brother?
This was once again like just everybody stepping up their game.
Yeah,
and like Canada Dry said, I mean, MJF makes you have to do that.
Yeah,
that's one of the good things about MJF is he's so gold on the mic, that he can cut different promos, and it's nice to see. So,
yeah, absolutely.
He's back.
Hey, it is Trey J.
Variant 2.0.
I don't know what that other guy was telling you guys, but
now he really remains.
Yeah.
Right. But yeah,
what were your thoughts on it?
My thoughts are the way that FTR did this. This is the epitome of how you do a quick build. There's not a lot of time between them winning the tournament and then we're actually getting the match, but there's a lot of excitement built up in this. But a lot of it was off the champions. It was not on the spotlight hasn't been on FTR. This is how you build up the heat. And you got to also realize too, a little bit of this was a heelish style promo.
Yeah.
Because they know MJF and Adam Cole are going to come in there and they're going to get cheered.
Yeah.
I mean, it's Hartford, Connecticut. It's like 50 miles from like northern New York. Like it's, that's MJF country right there.
Yep.
And that, you want to, the crowd's going to be invested and it's built up. It's built right. It's, we're at a point, like as Joe Graham said, anybody can win this match and nobody's going to be mad either way.
Yep. Absolutely. You know what, Adam Cole and MJF both have in common is that they went to a wrestling school. This is where they learned the trade, where they learned the art of professional wrestling. And it just so happens that we have a sponsor that does that as well. And I think does a pretty damn amazing job, because we're talking about FTW, Fight the World Wrestling. Brian Idol, Natalia Markova, both of them are the head trainers, and they're both wrestling in the NWA. They put on their own shows. It's located in Tampa, $250 a month. Man, just drive Uber around, make your rent, pay your school, and $250. And next thing you know, you could be on AEW, cutting promos. Like,
So did you see Natalia's post today?
I did not.
There's a girl that she was so proud of this last Saturday that she put a picture of her and this girl and said, "This is my student right here," and she kicked ass. And so, like, she must have really kicked ass, because Natalia is pretty stingy with her compliments.
Yeah. Wow, that's awesome. Frick yeah.
I also have some other news.
Okay, well, let me finish this. Let me finish this message really quick.
Okay. It's related to this, though.
Okay. So, anyways, that's right. You want to start training? Fight the World Wrestling, FTWProWrestling.com. You can go ahead, sign up. And what's the break? We got to hear the breaking news.
So I talked to Brian Idol today.
Yeah.
And that Saturday show is going to be on this channel. We got the whole thing will be on this channel.
Nice. That's pretty awesome.
That is
Very good.
I got to kiss that man on the lips. Oh, man. Anyways, guess what? We get our third match of the night, and we are talking about Swerve Strickland, and he is going against Darby Allin. Here are some of my notes. Man, this should be an amazing match. Both these guys are aerial assaultists. They just fly through the air. It's just amazing what these two guys do. It defies words. It started mat-based, which I was kind of surprised. But again, it started a little bit slow and it crescendoed. And it really crescendoed when they just let the reins loose and they just started going after each other. That kick by Swerve off the steps was like literally looked like it knocked him out cold. Like he really popped him one. Of course, we're waiting for the Darby comeback. Doesn't happen. Swerve gets the win, which really was a surprise, with Darby obviously going to be in a championship run at some point. Like, yeah, it just, Nick Wayne goes at Nick Wayne's, and we get a schmoz. Nick Wayne, of course, gets involved because he came to the ring with Darby Allin. Goes after Swerve, and AR Fox comes out, takes out Nick Wayne. Now he's in the embassy, the mobile embassy with Swerve Strickland. So,
yep,
we're wondering why we got such a reaction from AR Fox. Well, now we know why. He's joining the embassy. Thank God, because that man can wrestle. He just needs.
He needed a direction.
Exactly. Yeah. That's exactly it. So, oh, man. Canada Dry, you go first. Your thoughts on this match number 3.
What I really like about this match is Nick Wayne is in his corner.
Yeah.
I think that is so cool. Yeah. So it's not now Sting in his corner.
Yeah.
Who's his mentor, but now he's mentoring someone else. So yeah. I just really like that, this progression that it's kind of like Darby's upgraded.
Yeah.
To the next level. Now I'm passing on my knowledge.
Yeah.
I think that's really cool. The mentors become the mentee, or whatever you call it. But yeah, I love Swerve Strickland. This guy is so freaking smooth.
Oh, like butter.
Yeah, like butter. Like this guy, like, you know, you talk about some wrestlers and you say, I use the word clunky a lot.
Yeah.
Oh, we'll get to that.
Yeah. But I don't think he's ever been, Swerve Strickland has ever been clunky in his life. Like the guy's just got it.
Yeah.
Like everything about that guy. And AR Fox, you're right, is just good for him.
Yeah.
I'm interested to see it maybe an AR Fox Brian Cage tag team. Maybe that'd be interesting.
That would be, yeah. I mean, that would be a perfect combo tag team because you have the power and some spot monkey-ish antics and shenanigans by Brian Cage. So, I mean, yeah, absolutely. I can totally see that as being a legit good tag team that can make a really good run. So, Trey J, variant number 2.0, your turn.
Gotta tell you, like Swerve and Darby have had a number of matches, a whole lot of interactions, and I haven't seen a bad one. And I like the fact that they made callbacks to previous matches. Like they were like, he had gotten caught with the mousetrap, like in the previous matches, and he was finally able to kick out from that. There were moments where it looked like Darby was dead. Like that one spear he did to the outside, he looked like he landed badly.
Yep.
Like I think he scared the referee at one point because the referee dove out of the ring and like was checking on him. He was like, "No, I'm good." But the second time when he dives out and Swerve catches him with the kick, it's just like, you know, Darby just has this ability where he's the emotional underdog in almost every match because you're just like, oh my God, is he going to survive?
Yeah.
And it's true. Like, you know, you look at him and you're saying like, this is a guy that, you know, I think he has the longest reign TNT title reign. He's just, you know, he is the heart probably of the pillars.
Yeah.
Like, you know, MJF's the mouthpiece, the brains, but Darby's really the heart of the pillars because you have to care.
Yeah.
Like, even if you don't like Darby, you have to care.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, and they've done a lot. They've, you know, CM Punk called him out and went for his first match. Like Sting took him under his wing. Now, you know, it goes back to his history. And these little histories that they've been doing of Darby Allin, these aren't for no reason. It shows you that this is a guy that they're invested in.
Yeah.
And it makes us care a little bit more too.
Yeah. Absolutely. I care for that crash test dummy. I mean, I really do. And which when he first came on the scene, I'm like, I don't get it. Like he's a rag doll. Like he gets tossed around and then he bounces around. So I don't know. Golden Graham, your turn.
Yeah, so like of all the spots that Mr. He Who Remains mentioned, they didn't even mention like the Death Valley Driver onto the apron of the ring. That just looked like it hurt so much.
Oh, right.
But like, yeah, I could never get tired of watching these two go at it. Like it's like you said, Swerve is just so smooth. He makes it look so easy and effortless. Like there's no complaints about this match. I loved it. It was fun. And yeah, I love the callback to all the other matches. I love the history that we're getting with Darby. But also like now that AR Fox is in the embassy, you have tag matches. You can bring Sting in. It can be trios matches now with Nick Wayne and Darby and Sting versus the Mogul affiliates, whatever they're.
Yep.
Embassy.
Mogul Embassy, yeah.
Yeah, I couldn't think of what their name was.
It doesn't matter what their name is.
I knew that was coming. I felt it. If I was going to try to jinx you, I would have won.
I know, but alas, you did not chime in, and therefore you lose 25 points, good sir.
All right, time to freeze and bring in version 3.
Yeah.
I need a clean slate.
Yeah. So I'm going to pose a question. I love Nick Wayne's character. I love his wrestling, but it's clunky at times. Would it serve him purpose to go to Japan and go to a dojo like Dragon Gate or New Japan, All Japan, Noah, go to theirs and learn from the
I don't know if the word clunky is right for him.
it doesn't look like he's.
It's not perfectly smooth. It's more like
Exactly. Yeah, it's not. It's chunky. It's not like
it's not clunky. It's chunky.
peanut butter. Yeah, it's like slightly chunky peanut butter. Like
He doesn't have to go to Japan. He could just go to California and with Shibata at the New Japan Dojo out in Cali.
Bada's leaving the dojo.
Oh, he is.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
He is gone. He's leaving the dojo. So
Is he going back just to wrestle full time in Japan, or?
yeah, pretty much. He wants. I mean,
I don't blame him.
Hey, if the doctors say it's okay, do it. I mean,
Yeah, that was one of the main reasons why I thought he was going to lose to Garcia, was because he was going back.
yeah,
Nick Wayne does need to learn how to throw a working punch, though, because right now he's flailing.
yeah. I mean, he's just swinging at. It just looks.
I want to see somebody just do the windmill.
He's not coming right after you. Oh my god!
Close your eyes and just doing the windmill.
He's just do the windmill. Whose turn is it? I forgot.
I think we're good. I think everyone said their piece.
Okay, good. Thank God. That's how I was losing my mind. So let's talk about Nick. We already talked about Nick Wayne.
Yeah, screw Nick Wayne.
Yeah, Mr. Nick Wayne. What has he ever done?
Careful, that might be on Dallas's bucket list.
He is. Let's be honest. Everyone who puts on a pair of tights and isn't ugly is on his list.
Oh no, man. Dallas be like sliding in like one or two ugly ones and then trying to act like they don't exist.
You gotta, yeah, like what? He's gonna throw a bone to like a couple sevens, and then
Well, it's just like clearly Darius Martin is the better looking brother, but like he'll still like be like, yeah, but that Dante, he's still like, I'm like, Dante looks like a show pony.
yeah,
Like it's not really.
I can't disagree with that.
We gotta be careful what we say here.
Oh man, let's bring the tempo down. Let's talk about
Yes.
Let's talk about
I'm like, don't say it. Don't say it. There's something in my head. I'm like, don't say it.
I watched the
Send it to me in the messenger.
yeah. I didn't realize how much of a family man Bam Bam was. Like,
Yeah.
because I don't in the times that I've seen him wrestle and I've seen them leave to get on the bus and everything, or they get in their cars, he rarely ever had his family with him. So I don't know if it was just he didn't want them exposed to what they eventually got exposed to, but
What I found interesting was that Bam Bam Bigelow's first run in WWE was 1 year,
yeah,
and he was on top. He was tagging with Hogan,
Mhm.
and I was like,
Was that the year he
pissed
main
a lot
evented
of
Mania?
people off.
Was that the year he main evented Mania?
no, that was WrestleMania 7, I believe, where he main evented WrestleMania
Yeah.
7 or 8.
that was when he came back. But
Oh, that was okay. That's what I was saying. That was second run. Okay.
I'll say because that was with LT, right?
Yep.
But Andre the Giant, even like he pissed a lot of people off because he rose to prominence so fast. In those days, you couldn't do that. Like Andre the Giant choked him out in the middle of the ring, and it took Hacksaw Jim Duggan whacking Andre with a 2x4. Get him out of there.
I mean, it's Duggan.
Oh,
But yeah, it was a tragic story. It really was tragic. I mean, that drug, Oxycontin, anything is just pure poison. Like,
Yeah.
I've seen so many people's lives.
what I found interesting was Bam Bam Bigelow's wrestling style as a big man doing little man stuff is what really screwed him over.
Yeah.
Because you can't be doing little man stuff when you're that big.
Oh yeah, because I mean,
Trash.
those small guys are what, 140, 170, and he's over 300 pounds, and he's flying around doing like he's in a ballet. it's so weird because the guy I first met, Bam Bam, was in ECW, and his
Yeah.
run in ECW is where I got it basically reintroduced to his Memphis wrestling persona, which was he was the crazy biker guy. And between him and Taz, their match, they had like 4 or 5 matches that just blow your mind.
The
The
one
other-
spot that always comes to mind is in the opening of the ECW show where they go through the ring.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
did you watch it yet?
Watch
Yeah.
what?
The Dark Side of the Ring.
No, I didn't watch it yet.
Oh, you
Yeah,
did?
they went over that, and they were
Yeah.
really worried that Taz would hit his head.
Yeah.
Oh, I imagine so. Yeah.
Yeah, and so Bam Bam turned to him and said, right away, he goes, "Are you okay?"
Yeah.
And then he's like, "Yeah." They said, "Yeah, we did it." But the one thing that got me was the little girl, his daughter,
Yeah.
and they're driving, and Bam Bam's doing the nod when they're driving, and
Yeah.
she's freaking out. Daddy, I gotta go pee. Like that's the only she can think of.
Yeah.
And then he pulls over, and she doesn't want to get back in the car. She's like, "Get back in here." It's like, oh my goodness,
Yeah.
so scary.
Yeah. I mean, addiction sucks. It just sucks. Addiction sucks. So let's go to Renee. She's with the remaining members of the JAS. They go into the locker room with Renee. Angelo Parker is torn up over a switchblade comb. Anna JAS calling out Jericho. You know, we appreciate you, but do you appreciate us? Bernard, actually the voice of reason, did not have a stroke face, did not like deliver like some corny one-line promo so he can leave. It was nice to see a decently, moderately behaved Matt Menard. It was just nice. It was just nice.
He was tranked.
Yeah. Anybody want to add anything?
I think we're good. We covered it earlier.
Okay.
I mean, you got I guess we gotta mention Ty Mello's like pregnant belly because she felt like she just was not gonna end that scene without being like, "Hey, look, everybody, I'm wearing a tube top."
Yeah, she's like, "I'm going to win the women's championship while I'm pregnant."
Yeah.
I had to remove my belly ring because it would have caused the hemorrhage.
It would have torn her.
She's been torn in twain.
Oh, poor Tay Mello.
Nah, don't go there. Ain't no poor Tay Mello.
Yeah, we don't pour no Tay Mello away. Anyone with the speaking of Tay, we don't like anyone named Tay.
Yeah. Except for Pate.
Yes, we like Pate.
Britt Baker, DMD versus Taya Valkyrie. Man, oh man, do I have notes?
Oh, before you give your notes, I would like to defer like the first shot at this to the effing Golden Graham. He has been sitting on this with a pile of anger for a minute, and we need to let him go first here.
My God, this was the
Well, let him do his
absolute-
notes first, and then you can go.
Okay.
I don't know.
Go ahead. Go for it.
I mean,
really? Okay.
Yeah.
So am I going real quick?
Yeah, you're going.
you're going.
This is the god worst, most awful women's match I've ever seen in my life on AEW. Like, I don't understand what is going on with Taya Valkyrie. Like, I feel like we're just seeing her regress before our very eyes.
Yeah.
Like, that botched finish, the Road to Valhalla, and then a few minutes later, that god awful clothesline. Like, I'm out of words of what to say about this woman.
Well, I don't know if she's regressed. I think she's always been like this and carried. Like she just managed to get through on her name.
In Impact, in TNA, she was actually good.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what is going on with her, but she could never show on my TV again and I'll be perfectly fine.
Yeah. Yeah, my fond memory of Taya is in AAA and her run in TNA and then back in AAA. And she looked really good, but now I question, well, did she look good because she was wrestling actually good women wrestlers and they carried that match? Because
Possibly.
I mean, like I have to go rewatch some of those matches with a more keen eye to figure out if she's just, it's just shenanigans.
I'm the same way because, like, for the last couple months, people have been saying, "Oh, Ty," and I've defended Ty. I was like, "Nah, she's really good," but like these last couple weeks, like it's just indefensible.
Oh yeah,
Who's the guy that Bret Hart made Vince McMahon think he was great? McGee, what's his name? Tom McGee?
yeah,
Is it Tom McGee?
yeah. I believe so. Yeah,
Yeah, I was watching a video on him today, and Vince McMahon signed this guy based on his match with Bret Hart because he's like, Bret made him look like a $1 million.
oh yeah.
And so then his next match is like, what the hell's happening there, partner? So I realized that Bret had like made him look good. But even Natalia Markova's win over Taya Valkyrie.
Yeah.
That's one of Natalia's worst matches because of Taya Valkyrie.
Yeah. Oh, you're yeah. I mean, I'm seeing it and it's just disappointing. I mean, Noob says, hey, listen, Taya Valkyrie is 20 times more embarrassing to look at than seeing Natty Neidhart matches, especially the match at night afternoon of champions. I mean,
that, to be fair though, like you can't really pile on Natty for that. That's just WWE.
Yeah, that's just booking. That's just booking.
yeah.
I don't feel like Natalia Neidhart has ever been able to showcase what she can really do in the WWE ring. I don't think they've ever let her show her that.
They're never gonna. They're never going to do it because she's a heart.
The same reason they gave her the fart gimmick.
Yep.
I mean, if she was anyone from another family, this girl would have been a 16-time world champion by now. But she's got the name Hart, and that's Vince hates that name.
Mm-hmm.
Even though they said they were good, I guess they're not good.
No. And I'm sure like Brett being on the show on the AEW with their heavyweight belt, like I am sure Vince knew very well about that seconds after it happened.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah. Probably Bruce Pritchard calling to say, hey, guess what? But, that's Vince. But, yeah, Taya, ugh. This match was horrible. Canada Dry, it's your turn.
Yeah, Taya Valkyrie. What else can we say? Like, is I hope Tony Khan is having freaking buyer's remorse right now. I please hope he's having buyer's remorse. Like maybe he thought that a match with Britt could bring out the good in her, but it didn't. It exposed Britt's weaknesses is what it did.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. JJ?
You know how like a broken clock is right twice a day, right?
Yeah.
Ty Valkyrie is one of those people who makes me have to say, Vince was right. Like when he fired Frankie Monet, he was absolutely right. Like, shame on us, okay? That's where we are now. Shame on us.
Yeah.
Put all the shame on Taya for making us have to say Vince was right.
Yeah.
I remember that show actually when very early on when we were doing our podcast, this Lewis was on there. He's like, WWE just signed Taya Valkyrie. I'm like, why?
I do remember that conversation.
Yeah.
I'm saying, like, the name recognition on the indies is non-existent right now.
Yeah.
So it's like people are just trying to, you're buying a name, not necessarily a talent.
Yeah.
That's a really good point because like in sports, when a guy has earned a reputation
Mhm.
as a goal scorer, as a talented football player.
Yeah.
You're buying that name, and you're hoping he's still got it.
Yep.
Yeah.
And she doesn't.
She does not have it.
Not
Any
yet.
time that she's ever had or ever got before her run in AEW, well, WWE, now AEW, yeah, like she's as dull as a brick wall. Like it's just.
I'm curious to see where they go with Taya from this, because
I think what they're going to do is they're going to escort her ass to Mexico and say, "Hey, I want you to wrestle here for a little bit, and then maybe you can
Be the ambassador for AEW in Mexico.
yeah, like
maybe she goes to ROH.
No, I wouldn't do
No,
that.
I wouldn't even do that.
To the women in ROH.
But Tony's invested in this woman, so like, what do you do?
I mean, sometimes you're on a plane and the plane is going like this. What you do is you start unloading stuff to make the plane lighter.
Mhm.
Bye, Taya.
Exactly. Like, Taya Valkyrie is this a parachute? Backpack parachute? Same thing. Boom! She's out the window. That's what you do. You unload. You
You know what
just.
sucks though? She's from my hometown. She's
dude.
representing my hometown.
The other thing about Taya Valkyrie too is her bump card is done. Like Taya Valkyrie has wrestled so much that I think that she can't take a bump properly anymore. Like she struggles.
Interesting.
If you think about it, she struggles to get back up. And so she honestly may have just been like the wear and tear is finally catching up.
That's a good
Possible.
point. I like that. We could be getting like Bam Bam Bigelow at the end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You just can't do it no more.
Yeah.
Without
Yeah. I mean, Noob says pair her up with Johnny TV. I mean,
Might as well.
Switch her to a valet who occasionally wrestles.
Yeah, I mean but that's always the fallback plan. And I'll be honest with you, I don't think Johnny TV really still has it the same way he used to.
Not even close. He's
Yeah.
so comedic, it's disgusting.
Yeah. His whole thing is, I have abs. Look at me.
Yeah. I mean, I appreciate comedy and wrestling, and I don't want anybody to get me wrong, but essentially, like, he's like a guy who his girlfriend or wife says, you should be a comedian. And he goes on stage and he performs so poorly that they light the theater or the building on fire because they don't want that bad mojo there anymore. They're going to start with a clean slate.
Well, there's a big difference between comedy in wrestling and a comedic wrestler.
Correct.
Like, yes, there are spaces for comedic wrestlers. There's only one comedic wrestler that we would all agree and say, yeah, this guy still has the credibility necessary. And that's R-Truth.
Yep.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Oh, and MJF.
But MJF's not a comedic wrestler, though. That's not
He
his
doesn't,
primary.
though, so he has that comedy.
No, he is comedy in wrestling. He's not a comedic wrestler.
Yeah,
though.
that's
his,
true. That's true.
Like he's not. We wouldn't put MJF in the same category as a Santino Marella.
No.
I mean,
So let me pose this guy's question to you guys. This time next year,
Mhm.
Johnny TV, Taya Valkyrie, they still in AEW?
No.
One-offs at best.
That
Okay.
is literally ejector seat worthiness. It just hit the ejector seat and
See, I don't know, because Tony Khan is shown to be very loyal to people he hires to let them ride out their contract.
Yeah.
So they might be under contract. I don't think they'll be on TV.
I can agree with that.
Solid.
Like, have them be in the background, just milling around doing nothing. Like,
They can come out and break up all the brawls that they have on TV.
yes, there you go. They are the come over.
Do you know what I miss in wrestling?
What's
Was
that?
when Hogan used to get his ass kicked, all the wrestlers from that show would
Yeah.
come try and help Hogan.
Yeah.
Mm.
I miss that.
I mean, like, just Make her have a run in or something. I don't know, but just not this hot garbage that she's giving us right now.
Wait, that should be her new gimmick.
What?
Tia Valkyrie, hot garbage.
Hot garbage.
Just comes in this big old garbage
She
can.
pats you on her head. She'll shave it off. I can dig it. Make her a little Bam Bam Bigelow-ish.
Yeah, it explodes like he used to have.
Yeah. Don't worry about your hair. We're gonna shave you. You're gonna what? Zoom. We got a hype video for Rampage, the tag team battle royale, which is interesting. We get a hype video for Collision, which is hyping up the FTR, and of course MJF, baby.
Wait, we're having another battle royal?
Yeah, on Friday.
Yeah. On the
Let me say this about AEW. You're doing too many freaking battle royals.
Oh,
Yeah.
I mean, Tony, you listen, so I'm just going to tell you right now, right off the bat, listen to Canada Dry. That man speaks truth.
You got to be careful when you start lining up challengers before the match happens. You know,
Yeah.
like the winner of this match is going to get the winner of that match. Like, so they had to win through a battle royal, and we had to go through a whole 4-week tournament.
Yeah.
Yeah, see?
Yeah. I can't disagree.
You know what they need to do? They need to copy AFW and do the cash-in system. Wins gets you points. You're cashing in.
That's not a bad idea. Perhaps we should talk about starting our own promotion.
Yeah.
I think so.
I think we could do it. You know?
Oh, that's where all this is leading. We're going to have a literal effing wrestling AFW with real wrestlers.
Yeah. I will not be one of them. But
No,
we're going to be we're going to be the commentary team.
of course. Let's get to our fifth and final match. That match, of course, is the main event. And I'm sure with it being late, you want to go ahead and get some energy going before the main event. You don't want to fall asleep during the main event because that would just be ludicrous. So you're asking yourself, well, what can I do to, I don't know, hype up my energy and get it up? Well, W.GG is the place to go. At W.GG, you can get this powder that has no sugar. It won't give you jitters. It's just caffeine and no artificial colors, flavors, or dyes. It's awesome. And it will get you through the day. It'll get you through the night. Heck, it'll get you through our podcast. And then you can go to bed.
It'll get you through your son's bar mitzvah.
Yes. So all you need
Mazel
to
tov.
do, Mazel tov. All you need to do is go to W.GG, type in our code FN Wrestling. Excuse me, get 10% off. That is right. W.GG, use our code FN Wrestling, get 10% off. Let's talk main event, gentlemen. We're the best friends. Got Lucha Bros. Got Claudio and Moxley coming out with Wheeler. What's going on with Chuck Taylor's face? It's like red here, and then it's like pale all over the place. So, BCC reminds me of that biker gang that is only a biker gang on weekends that their wives let them go and be part of the biker gang. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, that's how I see BCC. Like they try, like Moxley doing all this stuff in front of the camera, and I'm just like, come on, dude, just like it's too circus-like for him to be doing that kind of shenanigans. Phoenix looked really good, but I'll tell you right now, Trent and Chuck look like $1 million freaking dollars, because when you have 6 guys that have great spots, that's the whole point of this, is for them to just do spot after spot after spot. But man, I always knew Trent was fantastic. I just didn't realize how much Chuck Taylor has in him to not be some kind of doofus wrestler, which is what he comes off of like quite a bit. Whew. We get shenanigans, of course. Oh, man. Orange Cassidy comes out. He takes out Yuta and then goes right after Mox. Then there's just shenanigans all over the place. People just beating each other up. That's essentially how it ends. It's just, like we got a match on Dynamite next week with, Penta and Moxley Claudio, and then
No, it's Mox.
It's
the
Mox.
three originals. It's
Okay.
Penta, Mox, and Trent.
Okay, so I mean, there was a lot of shenanigans at the end, and that I think didn't necessarily need to be there, but it was there anyways. Canada Dry, your thoughts on the main event?
I think you really, really like to say shenanigans.
I do.
You love that word.
I love shenanigans.
I think that we should open up a pub. I got a name for this pub.
You can't call it shenanigans.
Shenanigans.
Can't do it. Sorry, take it.
That's in a movie. You will get sued so
Oh,
quick.
yeah.
There's lots of shenanigans pubs. There's one here in Vegas. There's lots of them.
Okay.
We can use it.
Yeah.
You can try. I mean, hey, why not?
Let's
We
find
have our podcast playing all the time on the TV. It's perfect.
We'll get like our really serious guests, like they come every Friday, Saturday, and maybe sometimes like Tuesday, Wednesday, depending on how crappy of a day it's been. And let them be on the podcast. They can be Looney Tunes as long as they're entertaining.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, this was a spot fest. You are right. I was so surprised when BCC lost 2 weeks in a row.
Yeah.
Yep.
I wonder where they're going with this, because they're going to have to address this or something, because they can't just ignore the fact they lost 2 big matches.
Yeah. Yeah. You're right. 2 main events in a row, which, is baffling. Oh, Trey J, explain it to me. Maybe I'm missing something.
So here's the thing. Lucha Brothers just lost their tag team titles in Ring of Honor. A lot of the Ring of Honor run was because Pac was still overseas. So now that Pac's back, you now have to reestablish. See, at this point in time, the BCC is golden. I mean, they won't lose a lack of credibility. I mean, losing Blood and Guts was like, we were down 5-3. Of course we lost.
Yeah.
And then it was Moxley who surrenders to save Yuta. So it shows that he does have like some compassion. So it's almost like you have Yuta kind of feeling like, hey, I got to make this up. So the BCC, on the other hand, is now beginning to spread themselves thin. It was easy when you're focused on just the elite, but now you're spreading yourself at the best friends in their trio. You got Death Triangle in their trio. Now you're like, okay, how do we do this? How do we fight a 2-front war? And this is going to be the real test for them.
Yeah.
Because at some point in time, the best friends are going to have to get a win somewhere, whether it's Orange picking up a big win or something, but just to stay competitive. The BCC, they're fine. Yeah. They don't have to pick up big wins. All right. They can shuttle along, just kind of put on for the show. Death Triangle needed a big win just because this is their return coming together. And the BCC is supposed to be selling the fact that just last week they were through hell.
Yeah.
So,
yeah,
that's my thought.
Woo. That was awesome. Golden Grant, lay it on me, brother.
Okay, so my first thought is I'm glad to see AEW put a focus back on their tag team division. Yeah. It's been sorely missing for a while because with the whole trios thing and everything. I find it funny that I feel like this match was on for about 10 minutes before we got our first tag, and ironically it's Blackpool Combat Club is the first team to make a tag. they were just brawling all around the arena. I was like, maybe this is a tornado match, and I missed it.
Yeah.
No, it's just the ref was extremely lenient, which is fine. Like just like this is the kind of controlled chaos that I love.
Yeah.
Like it was just fun. I was completely shocked that BCC didn't get the pin. I mean, they didn't take the pin, but I thought for sure they were going to win just to reestablish them. Yeah. I know Trey J says they're golden, but sometimes like it just feels like they could have used a big win after such a big loss the week before.
Yeah.
But
yeah, I mean,
they're clowning is what they're doing.
What's up with Cush's comment there?
Cush's comment? Which one?
His last.
So,
what the hell happened to the social outcasts tonight? Same with
social outcasts. Who are the social outcasts?
The outcasts.
The outcast.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
Social outcast was a WWE.
Yes, I was like, what are you talking about? They're not on it.
So I don't know about the outcast, but I know Matt Jackson. He's on vacation in Hawaii. He said that on BTE this week. So.
Yeah, so enjoy vacation.
Bada bing, bada boom, man. Bada bing, bada boom.
But to be fair, like sometimes you don't need the lead on because I feel like sometimes there's so much focus on them. Like this allowed other stories room to breathe and grow. It's a good thing for the show. So
yeah, absolutely. Man, we blew through all the matches. So before we get to our bells and our flowers, let's talk about this week. What are we doing this week, Canada Dry?
All right, so tomorrow on the Magic of Wrestling, we got an interview with a wrestler. Find that thing. His promo number. There we are. Tomorrow, 8 p.m. I think this is. I don't know if it's UK time or it's Eastern time. So we'll find out.
I would imagine that's got to be 8 p.m. UK time because if that's 8 p.m. Eastern, then that's 1 in the morning in the UK.
Yeah, he always goes UK time, not realizing that all the viewers are from North America.
And let Liam start using them. Damn it. Yeah. All right, so we got that.
And then on Friday, we got the Wrestling with the Paranormal. And we're talking about the chase.
Ooh.
What is the chase? You're going to find out. This is going to be horrific.
Ooh.
You're going to find out about. And this is only part 1 of the chase. You're going to find out a little bit later on about part 2.
Oh, I like it. Breaking it up a little bit, kind of revisit it like in a couple of weeks. All right. I'm digging that. All right. What's next?
And of course, on Magic of Wrestling on Saturday, we have top wrestling video games. They're going to go all in on all the video games. We did an episode like this, but they're kind of taking our flowers and running with them. Right?
Not while I'm
okay. That's okay. They can
say it. I know guys who like concrete. Guys named Bruno. You know, they like concrete.
Bruno. He's a cement guy.
Yeah. So that was Saturday, and then of course we got Collision After Dark.
Yeah. And then on Sunday, we're gonna have a fun show with me, you, and the worst tag team names ever.
Ugh.
There's a few bad names out there.
Oh, there are.
Yeah, there's quite a few.
Yeah, Punny will put you on that list. If you try to do a punny name, like no, it's not punny. It's ridiculous. You should.
So, but that's the top 15 worst names ever.
Okay,
and that's with me, you, and Joseph Graham.
Heck yeah, that's metal, baby. That's metal. All right. So, let's talk bells. Let's talk favorite match and segment. Let's talk to Canada Dry.
My favorite match is Swerve and Darby Allin. And my favorite segment is Cole and MJF.
Yeah.
And I'm going to give this show 3.2 bells.
Okay. 3.2. All right. You're gonna make Trey J work for it, baby.
Oh, that's nothing for him. He's like,
Yeah, pretty much.
he's like,
Pretty
you
solid.
just throw a 0.2 in there. And then
Yeah,
you guys
do a
get your
0.2.
fingers
So
and
whatever it
go-
is, like we're just gonna start from like basic math and like, okay, so we're starting off at a 0.8 right now.
Yeah.
All right, now, like when I give this show a 3, it's gonna make this a 0.75. So 0.75 plus 0.8 is gonna be 1.55. Never mind. You know the math. No, seriously
So he
though.
knows his math. He knows.
I am giving this show a 3. I feel like it was a good reset show, and I think that you kind of have to have a palate cleanser like this before your 200 show, because that's going to be like a marked show. It's like a earmarked show, and the way they set up some of the matches for this is very, very interesting because we're going to get a good springboard off of that. And you know, we've already had this whole tease of MJF saying, I'm going to give you a title shot.
Yeah.
Didn't say when,
Yeah.
but he's like, win, lose, or draw. We know it's going to be after Collision.
Yeah.
And so I think that's going to be a very interesting dynamic on win. Like, does MJF kind of play like, oh, I said I'm going to give you a title shot. Just wait. Because MJF hasn't defended that title since Ethan Page.
Yeah.
And a lot of different aspects of this. I mean, one of my favorite parts of what makes the MJF and Cole segment my favorite was the fact that he said, you know, he's like, you know, you're going to cough up CM Punk's jockstrap.
Yeah.
I forgot about
That was one of the better lines in that whole promo.
Yeah.
But I got to say, what makes that whole thing, I got to combine it with the FTR because the FTR follow-up really sold the promo, and that's why I felt like it was my favorite part. My favorite match was the main event this time.
Okay.
Not for any specific reason. I think Darby's match had better spots. I think that Orange Cassidy had a better story, but it's just good to see the Lucha Bros back.
Yeah.
There's something about like Phoenix that is magnetic on Dynamite. I think Phoenix is officially left AAA.
Yeah.
And I think it's because I think he's really found his niche. He's no longer Penta's little brother in AEW. Yeah. And I think that's like always something good because we've got a chance to really watch that evolution. So yeah, I'm at a 3 for the show. Wasn't bad, but definitely set the stage for a lot of other things.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, gotta ask Golden Graham.
Okay, so segment of the night is the MJF Cole, but more specifically, like the last part where Roddy comes in. Like that was my favorite part of that whole thing. My match of the night is OC and AR Fox. Loved it. Like it was just like it had the perfect ramp up of speed. And I'm giving the show 3.5.
Okay.
I'm loving so far. We've all got 3 different matches. There's no way JP can pick a match that we didn't pick.
I really like the women's match. No.
Yeah, you too late. No take backs.
He wasn't talking about the women's match on this show. He just
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm referring to like weeks ago.
Yeah.
Oh,
A really good women's match.
Literally any other women's match.
Yeah. I mean, Darby Swerve for me was the best match of the night. I wanted it to be the tag team 3-way tag team match. Like I desperately wanted that to be like as great in my head as it should have seen it on the screen. So many opportunities, and I think they blew it with Orange Cassidy coming out and the Ruckus, and it was nice to see Lucha Brothers win, but like it would have served BCC a heck of a lot better in my book. I mean, because they still they shine very bright, but like, all it takes is a orbiting moon to black that sun out, So segment Cole and MJF was just pure gold. That segment was just it's like mac and cheese. It's comforting to see that they are really putting an effort into this. And I appreciate it as a fan and as a podcaster. I appreciate that. But I'm going to give it 3 bells. I wanted to give it 3.5, but I can't mentally erase the Taya Valkyrie match out of my head. And so it's like, you got to take away that half point.
I would have gone higher if it wasn't for that women's match.
Yeah.
So
What'd you give it, JB?
You give it 3.
All
And
right.
you know what? Let's be real. Like, I mean, from an actual standpoint, I mean, the Pac and Gravity match wasn't great.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
No. I
It
mean,
did, it did Pac a favor by making him look dominant, but wasn't a great match.
Yeah. I mean, here's the thing. He basically did a few good spots during Blood and Guts. He looked like he was completely out of place. Now, I get it for the reason so you can get the turn and yada, yada, yada. I get it. I really do. But it just, it was just, that women's match was just horrible. Absolutely atrocious. Like, Britt Baker should be pissed. And when I say pissed, I mean she is pissed off.
Definitely should be.
Oh, I bet you. She takes this stuff personal.
Oh, yeah.
Like, when she beat, who did she beat for the title the first time?
Thunder Rosa?
Sheeta.
Oh,
Sheeta. When
Yeah.
she beat Sheeta, she was pissed because she was so gassed in that match that she was upset at how she won that title.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, here's the thing. She's passionate about wrestling.
Yeah.
Does she need wrestling to pay her bills? No. She's a literal doctor of dentistry. Okay? So it's not like she can't fall back and she's going to be okay. Like she's got a golden parachute. So her getting pissed off should mean something.
Yeah.
I mean, it should mean something. And Tony Khan, she's got Tony Khan's ear. I mean, that's just it. She's got Tony Khan's ear. So,
all right, what do we got? The averages at?
Oh, the average is 3.175.
Okay, it's not bad. We know we're going into some really big events coming up. So.
Like, that's not bad for just a random Dynamite in between pay-per-views.
Yes, really the 199.
Yeah,
we're at an hour 32 here, so let's wrap her up.
All right, let's wrap up really quickly. Guys, you want to help us out? Well, there's a whole bunch of ways you can go about doing it. FNWrestling.com. You can go right below us as you're streaming right now. All our social media links are right there. If you want to subscribe to the show, click like, click subscribe. But you can also become a patron of the show. Like, we want to get these great guests. Like,
so instead of doing the T-shirts,
yeah.
Can you play the Caleb Happy Meal video?
Oh, heck yeah.
Yeah.
Calling all Happy Meal heroes, our buddy Caleb needs your assistance to conquer the most epic quest of his life, the pursuit of the legendary Happy Meal. Picture him frantically searching for spare change and couch cushions, a hilarious sight resembling a treasure hunter on a mission, but fret not, we're here to save the day. We are a league of Happy Meal champions determined to bring joy to Caleb's heart and nourishment to his belly. With just a few bucks from each of us, we'll combine our forces like a tag team effort, granting Caleb the Happy Meal wonder he truly deserves. Imagine his eyes lighting up like a championship belt when he opens that box. The thrill of discovering the toy of the day will be like a wrestler's victorious entrance, leaving him grinning from ear to ear. The burger and fries will fuel him up, providing strength and agility worthy of a Lucha Libre superstar. But why not just hand him the cash? The chase is half the fun. We want Caleb to unleash his inner Happy Meal warrior, venturing forth to claim his prize like a fearless gladiator. So, dear friends, let's unite like a motley crew of Happy Meal advocates and fulfill Caleb's dream. A few bucks from you, a few from me. Together we can create the best Happy Meal surprise party ever. Join the movement and let's make Caleb's Happy Meal dreams come true to Happy Meals and beyond.
That says it all.
So we're at $30 now.
That's awesome. All right.
So yeah, so we're gonna get that up to, I don't know, we're just, next goal is 50. Let's see if we can get to $50.
Yeah.
And we'll see where we go. And then Joseph, I'm gonna send the money to Joseph Graham. He's gonna mail Caleb a McDonald's gift card.
Okay. That's awesome, man. I love Caleb, man. He needs to be on our show a lot more.
Yeah, we're gonna get him back on.
Yeah,
And so I guess let's just end the show.
the show. On behalf of Canada Drive, Trey J. Styles, Golden Graham, I am the JFB.
And remember that when life is hard, you need to just keep fighting.
Ding, ding, ding. Jab and cross. Hit it.
This has been an effing worldwide media production. You can find us on all social media platforms like Facebook, Twitter, and others. Head over to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/effing wrestling. And while you're there, click like and subscribe. Want some swag? Head to our store at prowrestlingtees.com/effing wrestling. You can find all these links and much more at our awesome website, effingwrestling.com. As the JFB always says, you can book it.